For 28 days, a caretaker had diligently incubated a clutch of Pekin duck eggs, turning them regularly and keeping them warm. But now it was time for the final countdown. Would the ducklings be strong enough to hatch on their own, or would they need help? One egg in particular had been a source of fascination for the caretaker. It was the smallest of the bunch, yet it had shown the faintest signs of life a few days ago. Now the caretaker couldn't stop watching it, and just as they were about to give up hope, they saw it. A tiny crack appeared on the shell, and the little duckling inside began to push its way out. But it wasn't an easy journey. The duckling struggled for hours, and the caretaker never lost focus, making sure the little one didn't get stuck or injured. Finally, after what felt like forever, the duckling managed to break free from its confines and stumbled out onto the table, wobbly and weak. The Pekin duckling took a moment to rest and catch its breath. It looked around, chirping softly. Despite its small size and downy feathers, the duckling had a spark of unique personality in its eyes. The caretaker couldn't help but smile at the sight. As the duckling got up on its feet and took its first tentative steps towards the light, the caretaker noticed something extraordinary. The little duckling had a splash of bright red on its down, a vibrant splash of color that set it apart from its future siblings. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the room, and the duckling froze in fear. The caretaker, with years of experience, knew exactly what had happened. One of the other eggs had hatched, and the little duckling was now facing its new sibling. The duckling let out a loud quack, 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 which surprised the caretaker. They had never heard a Pekin duckling make such a sound. It was more like a melody than a chirp, and it seemed to say, "I am here. Can you hear me?" Just then, another loud bang sounded, and this time it was followed by a series of frantic scrambles. The blizzard outside had reached its peak, and the temperature in the room began to drop. The caretaker knew they had to act fast if they wanted to keep the ducklings safe. As they scooped up the two ducklings and huddled them close, they couldn't help but marvel at their resilience and adaptability. Despite the harsh conditions, these little creatures had managed to hatch and were now ready to face the world. The caretaker felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had played a part in bringing these ducklings into the world, and they knew that they would go on to live long, happy lives.